Hello everybody, today I will share my cooking, my schizophrenic cooking, and so it is good for our mental health or other physical function, of course, including our brain function. And so I bought various ingredients for this supper, and so I will try to cook Osuimono. Osuimono is called broth or Korea soup in English, and Osuimono is a kind of a Japanese traditional soup, and it is very easier to make. And so I bought some ingredient from a supermarket, and so didding, and this is our all ingredient for this supper, and these ingredients are healthy for our mental conditions and including our brain function, physical function, and so all 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 all three ingredients are enough for this supper. And so I use Dashi. I use Dashi for this supper, and this is a Dashi. This is a kind of Dashi, source of soup, and so this Dashi is made by kind of a kombu, made by kombu or shimmering ingredient, and fish, shimmering fish was on, and this is the Japanese dashi, which is useful for every supper, every meals, and which is very useful. Japanese dashi, osuimono, very cheap. And this is the onion, and very cheap. This is around 60 yen. Probably this is a 60 yen. 60 yen is around I don't know. So under $1, and so very cheap. And this contains vitamin B or vitamin C, and calcium, and which is very useful improving our brain function, and very healthy. And so this is a Mizuna. Mizuna is a Japanese traditional vegetable, and taste is very light, and onion is a little bit strong for our tongues, and but Mizuna's taste is very light, and so which is useful for every supper. And I often use Mizuna for my miso soup. I often cook miso soup, and sometimes I use this for miso soup as an ingredient. And the Mizuna contain vitamin C, vitamin B, and vitamin B is very useful for our brain function and our so it is good, and very healthy. And so this is tofu. Tofu is also good for our physical functions or digestive functions, and this is very good for our stomach. And I also bought a natto. Natto and tofu are made by dyed soybean, and these ingredients are made by dyed soybean, and the soybean is good for our digestive functions, and so. And of course, this ingredient contains calcium or protein, and the protein is good for our brain for our brain. And so I'm a schizophrenic person, and some schizophrenic person recommend us taking proteins, meat, fish, eggs, and so on. And those materials are so good for improving our brain function. But meat, fish, eggs are so expensive, even in Japan. And so I have a tight budget and living in poverty. And so I sometimes have meat or fish and for my mental health. But as I say, meat, fish are expensive, even in Japan. And so I often use tofu and natto to take protein, and which is good for our brain function. And but I'm now addicting to soybean natto. I addict to natto. And so of course taking too much natto or tofu affect your digestive function. So taking too much natto affect your stomach, and I have trouble in my stomach because of taking too much natto. So please be careful taking natto. This is very strong for your stomach, and but this is also helpful to improving our stomach function, digestive function. And but taking too much is negative for your physical function. So please be careful. So today I'll try to cook osuimono, not miso soup, osuimono. So clear soup or broth in English. And so I try to cook osuimono. So let's check it out. So I finished making this food, and so right side is miso soup. No, not the miso soup. This is Osuimono. Healthy, very healthy. And left side, this is as you know, rice, kome, okome, hakumai in Japanese, rice, cup of rice, and which is very healthy for our brain and contain various energies and improving our strengths. And so this is a natto, pack of natto, and of course this is very healthy, as I say. And so I mixing with, so I put above the rice, and but before that I mix natto with this soup sauce, and very tasty, and I pour onto the rice, very healthy. But probably if you don't get accustomed eating natto, probably you don't eat this because it feels so strange. It tastes so strange, and so you can't eat this, and if you don't accustom eating this. And so, but I like it, and so this is a meal for my dinner. So I'll have it. So thank you for watching.